Good evening. I'm Ari Monroe, coming to you live from outside FanDuel headquarters here in New York City. And as you can see behind me tonight, emotions are running high. Less than 24 hours after one of the most shocking comebacks in NBA Finals history, fans aren't just debating the game anymore. They're debating the system surrounding the game. Last night, the San Antonio Spurs built a lead that approached 30 points. More remarkably, the New York Knicks still trailed by 20 points with just 9 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Yet somehow, the Knicks completed the comeback and escaped with a 107-106 victory. Since the final buzzer sounded, social media has exploded with accusations, theories, and questions. Fans have accused referees. Fans have accused the league. Fans have accused sportsbooks. And now some of those same fans have gathered here outside FanDuel headquarters demanding answers. But tonight, we're not here to tell you the game was rigged, because there is no evidence proving that. Instead, we're asking what may be an even bigger question. When did sports stop being sports? Because after spending the last 24 hours researching the modern sports betting ecosystem, I discovered something fascinating. The biggest story may not be what happened on the court. The biggest story may be everything that happened around it. For decades, sports were simple. Two teams played, one team won, one team lost. Fans celebrated, fans mourned. Then everyone went home. Today, that's only part of the experience, because millions of fans are no longer simply watching games. They're participating in a marketplace attached to those games. The spread is alive. The over-under is alive. The player props are alive. The live bets are alive. The same-game parlays are alive. Every possession matters, not just to the teams, to the market surrounding the teams. And that market is enormous. Most fans don't realize betting doesn't begin on game day. The market often opens days before the game is played, sometimes weeks, sometimes months. The moment a sportsbook publishes a line, the market officially opens, and the first people entering that market are usually not casual fans. They're professionals, they're betting syndicates, they're quantitative analysts, they're statistical modelers, they're algorithms. Just like Wall Street, money immediately begins attacking the number. The line moves, the market reacts, the price changes. And what most fans think is a prediction is actually a marketplace. Then something even more remarkable happens. The game begins, and a second market opens, the live betting market. Every possession creates a new price. Every turnover creates a new price. Every timeout creates a new price. Every free throw creates a new price. Every scoring run creates a new price. Every comeback creates a new price. The game isn't just being played, it's being repriced continuously. Think about the greatest sports comebacks most of us have ever witnessed. Patriots versus Falcons, 28-3. Most people remember the score. The sports betting ecosystem remembers something else, the return of uncertainty. As uncertainty returned, new opportunities emerged, new bets emerged, new prices emerged, new decisions emerged, and uncertainty has value. Last night, the Spurs and Knicks gave us another example. As the Spurs lead disappeared, the basketball game remained the same, but the market surrounding the basketball game transformed repeatedly. New opportunities, new risks, new wagers, new probabilities. The game remained alive. The market remained alive. And that's when I began asking a different question. What if uncertainty itself has become one of the most valuable products in sports? Then I discovered something most sports fans never think about. The scoreboard you're watching isn't the only scoreboard that exists. Sportsbooks can see things most customers never will. Live betting volume, customer profitability, parlay exposure, cash out activity, behavioral trends, session duration, customer retention, engagement metrics. The public sees the game, the sportsbooks see the game, and the behavior surrounding the game. And suddenly, the entire system starts feeling less like sports and more like technology. Because technology companies don't simply sell products. They study behavior, they measure behavior, they optimize behavior. And modern sports betting increasingly operates the same way. Official lead data is now worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Tracking systems monitor player movement, ball movement, shot locations, positioning, speed, and thousands of other data points throughout every game. Companies distribute that information to sportsbooks in milliseconds. Meanwhile, many fans are watching on television broadcasts and streaming feeds that arrive several seconds later. Think about that. When you're placing a live wager from your couch, you're not competing against another fan. You're interacting with a system connected to faster information than you possess. That doesn't make the system illegal. It doesn't make the system corrupt. But it does make the system asymmetrical, and asymmetry matters. Because throughout economic history, the participant with better information has usually possessed the advantage. Then I discovered something even more surprising. Sportsbooks don't simply evaluate bets, they evaluate bettors. Modern sportsbooks use sophisticated risk management systems that analyze betting patterns, profitability, timing, market selection, and customer behavior. The industry often refers to this process as customer segmentation and risk management. In practice, it means not every customer receives the same experience. If a customer consistently loses, that customer may receive promotions, bonuses, odds boosts, and incentives designed to encourage continued participation. If a customer consistently beats the market, that customer may encounter stake limits, wager restrictions, account reviews, or other risk management controls that dramatically reduce the amount they are allowed to bet. The marketing says anyone can win. The operational reality is more complicated. Sportsbooks don't just manage bets, they manage users. And from a business perspective, that explanation makes sense. Every business manages risk. But it creates an interesting contradiction. The advertisements celebrate winning. The business model often prefers losing customers. And that's where the story becomes much bigger than basketball. Because none of this proves games are fixed. None of this proves leagues are conspiring with sportsbooks. None of this proves outcomes are predetermined. There is no evidence supporting those claims. But maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe the more important question is this: would anyone even need to control the outcome? Because every major stakeholder already benefits from engagement. Sportsbooks benefit from participation. Media companies benefit from attention. Advertisers benefit from attention. Leagues benefit from attention. Data companies benefit from attention. Technology platforms benefit from attention. Different companies, different products, different executives, yet everyone appears to be measuring variations of the same thing: engagement, participation, attention, volume. The public spends enormous amounts of time debating whether someone controls the outcome. The more interesting question may be whether controlling the outcome is even necessary. Because in an economy built on attention, engagement, participation, and behavioral data, the most valuable asset may not be the final score. It may be the behavior generated before the final score arrives. Maybe sports are exactly what they've always been. Maybe they're not. Maybe the biggest transformation in sports history happened around the game instead of inside it. Maybe sports slowly evolved from a competition business into an engagement business. Maybe the game became the delivery mechanism, and the attention became the real product. That's not a conclusion, it's a question. And whether you still believe sports are just sports is a decision only you can make. I'm Ari Monroe, reporting live outside FanDuel headquarters in New York City for the Good Network, and you just got the goods from the goods.